Unit 5 Agriculture Lesson 1 Coffee Growing Exercise 1 Vocabulary Exercise 2 Listen and repeat Bush Whole Export Chemical Plantation or plantation Fertilizer Destroy Harvest Establish Cultivate Income Fertile Crops Soil Plateau Wheat Exercise 3 Listen and practice John meets Gail at the coffee shop. This coffee tastes so good. Is this brand made in Laos? Yes, this is Lao coffee. Oh, that's interesting. Where is it planted? In Paksong on Broadway Plateau. The land is highly fertile with a cool, wet climate. That's why it is suitable for growing coffee. Yes. How do you know about the coffee plantation so well? I used to help my family to cultivate land and grow coffee. What a surprise! Exercise 4 Read and answer. Read the text and answer the questions below. Growing up on a coffee plantation. I grew up in Paksong, a small town off the east of Paksay City in Champasak Province. My family still lives there. Paksong is on the Bolawen Plateau, which is highly fertile with a cool, wet climate, suitable for growing coffee. Most people who live there get their incomes from growing coffee. I remember when I was young, I used to work hard. I helped my family to cultivate land and grow crops, especially coffee. I still remember how we established the coffee plantation. First, we prepare a field for growing seedlings. We cut down small trees and bushes, but we left big trees to stop the soil from becoming too dry. After that, we sow the seed in the prepared soil. Next, we prepare the plantation area. We clear the land of all trees and bushes. We plant the seedlings in rows of about 2 meters apart. We had 20 hectares of coffee plantation in the mountains. At that time, coffee was grown in the traditional way. The plant grew without fertilizers or other chemicals. We simply weed and hoe the soil. After 7 years, we had our first harvest of coffee beans. About 80% of our incomes came from coffee production every year after that. Coffee is a major agricultural export item for Laos PDR, which is one of the few coffee growing countries in Southeast Asia. Many people in Paksong are returning to coffee growing. Lesson 1 Where is Paksong? Paksong is a small town to the east of Paksay City in Champasak Province. Question 2 How do most people in Paksong make a living? Most people who live there get their income from growing coffee. Question 3. What kind of weather is the best for growing coffee? Cool, wet climate is the best for growing coffee. Question 4. How long does it take before coffee bean can be harvested? After 7 years. Question 5. Is coffee growing increasing or decreasing in Pakistan? Why? It is increasing because many people in Pakistan are returning to coffee growing. Exercise 5. Grammar note. Passive voice. The passive voice is often used in formal writing or speech. We use it when who or what caused the action is unknown or not very important. What happens or will happen is more important. For example, the war destroyed some coffee plants. Into passive, some coffee plants were destroyed by the war. The passive is used because what were destroyed is more important than who or what destroyed them. The passive can be used in all tenses. Present simple am is are plus past participle. Lao coffee is exported to many countries. Past participle was or were plus past participle. For example, coffee plants were destroyed by war. Present perfect has been or have been plus past participle. For example, the land has been developed for coffee growing. Exercise 6. Rearrange. Rearrange the words to make correct sentences and rewrite them as passive sentence. For example, seedlings, a field for growing, we prepare. Actives, we prepare a field for growing seedlings. Passive, a field is prepared for growing seedlings. This exercise I give my students 5 minutes to complete both active and passive sentence, and then we discuss later. Key answers. 1. We leave the taller tree to stop the soil from becoming too dry. Passive. The taller trees are left to stop the soil from becoming too dry. 2. Active. We sow the seed into the prepared soil. Passive. The seeds are sown into the prepared soil. 3. Active. We clear all trees and bushes of the land. Passive. All trees and bushes are clear of the land. 4. Active. We plant the seedlings in row about 2 meters apart. Passive. The seedlings are planted in row about 2 meters apart. 5. Active. We weed and hold the soil. Passive. The soil is weeded and held. First, the field was prepared for the seedlings. Small trees and bushes were cut down, but big trees were left. Then the seeds were sown in the prepared field. Next, the plantation area was prepared by clearing the land. After that, the seedlings were planted in rows. Fertilizers were not used because at that time, coffee was grown by traditional method. Exercise 8 right. Classwork. Why do you think more people are growing coffee in Pak Song? Try to think of 4 or 5 reasons and write them in the space below. ตัวนี้แม่นนะไอเดียที่ได้จากห้องของเราในตอนบ่ายนี้เนาะเราจะรวบรวมได้จังซี่ It is an alternative way to gain more income. The weather is more suitable compared to other provinces. There is fertilizer from the volcano which is great for coffee growing. It can be exported to border countries, especially by high-speed train.